Welcome to RAZE, Cast Party's newest and most immersive Dungeons & Dragons actual play series. And for the first time, you can watch on Spotify right now. And with Spotify Premium, there are no ad breaks on our videos, so you don't miss a second of the action. Hope you're ready, because you are in for one hell of a campaign.
Welcome, cast and crew, to the very first episode of our brand new adventure, RAZE, A Descent into Avernus Tale. Now, in video, for those who want to enjoy Cast Party in all of its visual glory. RAZE starts a brand new beginning for content for us, featuring mildly edited video episodes to include our typical ambiance, music, sound effects, along with cutting down each session to ensure we keep our bingeable nature that everyone knows and loves. We will also be streaming these episodes as part of a release day watch party on Twitch every Monday, 7 p.m. EST. So we hope you join us over at twitch.tv/castpartydnd for all future RAZE screenings. And if you can't wait that long, head on over to patreon.com/castparty to get 5 days early access, ad-free episodes, your name in every new video episode, and so many more exclusive goodies, all while helping support the show and our lovely cast. But with that, let's meet our cast, shall we? First up, returning once again, we have Jose.
Hello, my name is Jose, and I will be playing Lucia Quore.
Back once more, we have May.
Hi, I'm May, or May LaFay on the internet. I am coming in hot from the Nocturne campaign that by the time you listen to this, hopefully I will have lived. We'll see. But it's okay, because now we're here and we have another chance to die with a new character. I'll be playing Raith the Krieg. And my question is Avernus how you're going to say it? Avernus?
You know, that's the thing, May. I like Avernus, but I know technically it's Avernus, I think.
It is?
I think proper pronunciation is Avernus, but I like Avernus, and I will happily make the decision right here, right now, to go against the book and say Avernus.
No.
I'm pretty sure
Oh yeah.
you can do as you want to, King, but I'm pretty sure it's Avernus.
Right? Avernus sounds better.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
feels
agree.
right.
And I am honored to welcome our two brand new faces joining the Cast Party crew. First up, we have Cary.
Hello, everybody. I'm Cary, or Oathbreaker Cary on the internet. I'm playing Ronah'Wyn, and I'm really happy to be here. I'm so excited for this campaign.
We're happy to have you. And last but not least, we have Rikki.
Hello, my name is Rikki. I am so happy to be here. I'm so excited. And I am playing Reverie. And you guys can catch me at Rikki Chu on all of the socials, RIKKICHUU, 2 U's.
Warm welcomes to our new faces and returning welcomes to our lovely crew that you all know and love. But I hope you all come to love these characters, so let's begin, shall we? Welcome to the Sword Coast. Some say it got its name because of the miles upon miles of sharp white cliffs along the coastline. However, others believe it to be of a more sinister nature, referencing the sharpness of roving bandit blades or the teeth of the dangerous beasts that prowl its lands. Though roughly 200 miles inland, as we follow the rushing River Cheonthar, stands a tall and proud beacon of safety, the city of Elturel. Elturel itself can be seen for miles, but not because it sits atop a bluff overlooking the river, but because of the enormous second sun that hangs indefinitely atop the city. This second sun is known as the Companion. The Companion never sets, never dulls. Its light illuminates day in and day out, but provides no heat or warmth to the people of Elturel, unless you happen to be of the undead nature. The Companion was brought upon Elturel 50 years to the day in order to save the city from a vampire lord that was wreaking havoc upon the citizens. Though no one truly knows how the Companion came to be, other than the fact that it was linked to a priest of Torm named Favius Krieg, who took credit for saving Elturel and now rules as High Overseer. Some believe the companion to be a blessing from the sun god. Most simply honor its existence as the symbol of safety that it's come to be. Which is exactly what brings us all together today. The Warding Festival is held each year as a way for the people of Elturel to come together, celebrate the day the companion graced the city, and be joyous with one another knowing that they are free. But this isn't just any Warding Festival. Today marks 50 years of the companion's protection, and preparations have already begun. Mostly inside the city, but some had to be done just outside its walls. Jose, you are coming back from a quick harvest. It is at the tail end of summer, just cresting into fall. The air is bright and crisp as you take an inhale walking along these dirt roads that lead up to the main gate of Elturel. However, the road is quite busy, especially as you get closer and closer to the gate. There are caravans, there are traveling merchant carts, there are even bards trying to rush inside the city to get to a specific street corner just to beat the festivities. It's bustling, but it's really nothing new to you. You know this happens every single year. Jose, would you please describe your character for us and what they are doing as they approach the gates of the city?
You see, dressed in all a smattering of dark colors, the most pronounced and prominent feature that you see is his silvery white hair. Has a very sharp style to it. It suggests wealth and more because of the adorning 2 gauges that are on his ears that are not just earrings, but actually 2 platinum pieces. The hair is long and drapes over his shoulder, and these 2 bangs come out and over his eyes. A gothic style kind of armor with black leather straps, buckles, a very high collar, layered dark chest piece with an ornate lacing and rivets. You see an elegant embroidered patterns, subtle filigree on the boots and on the cloak, and a somewhat simple but pitch black cloak that just hangs over one shoulder, and every now and then the sun catches the hilt of a very beautiful rapier handle that he is holding onto as he walks to the gates of the city. And there on his thigh, strapped in leather, you see small little vials, but a row of daggers. And as he arrives, he seems to be kind of fidgeting with one hand under the cloak, but enough to be noticed. He's not paying too much attention to the people around him. He is just more focused on the day-to-day and getting through the gate and heading home.
And as you begin to make your way up to the front of the city gates, there is a slight halt as everyone is currently waiting to get inside the city. The guards are currently doing checks as who knows what is being brought inside these carts and caravans and individuals' pockets. You can see that there are 2 mounted guards flanking either side of the main gate, and they are slowly calling people up one by one before either letting them into the city, which is about 95% of the time, or sending them back from whence they came. Though after a moment, this cart rolls up to the guard on the left, and you are called up to the guard on the right. Next.
Do we have to?
Procedure, I'm sorry.
Very well.
Walking up, you see a guard that you know pretty well, Lucia. This is Ashlyn. She's a human female. She has this blonde, wavy hair that's currently let down, and she's wearing this plate armor that perfectly matches her horse, along with this long, flowing crimson cloak that drapes down. And what might bring you into the city today?
Ashlyn, it's been some time, but I'm sure you never forget a face. I'm just returning.
Is that... Oh, Lucia, my apologies. I didn't recognize you from down there, my lord. Feel free to head on in whenever. Would you like an escort to the High District?
No, that would be fine. I'll make my own way.
Sure, it's quite the hike up there.
I'm sure I'll be able to handle this. And Ashlyn, while we're here, and I throw her a gold piece, you didn't see me come in.
Slides it in her pocket and begins to work on the cart that rolls up behind her as you enter inside the city of Elturel. Though this is not your usual entrance, Lucia, you are walking through the lower portion of the city currently, which is the dock district. This is the eastern side of the city. There are very similar looking, smaller houses, somewhat cramped together, but this is definitely cleanlier than the western side, which holds the actual docks, the warehouses, and buildings strictly mainly for business. This, however, your side, the eastern side, is where most of the carts and merchants post up due to the flatter nature of its streets. And as you begin to enter the city, everything is joyful. There are decorations about. You can see streamers hanging from one balcony, crossing over to another with colored flags throughout. There are carts upon carts of snacks, pastries, any little trinkets, doodads that you can think of being set up and ready for the parades and the people to come. But you, Lucia, are heading to the High District. This is the upper portion of the city where the city's nobility and upper class reside. Is there anything that you are doing along the way?
Probably not. I think what you see is Lucia is only standing at about 5 feet tall. So he just kind of allows himself to not only get lost within the crowd, but to perfectly kind of weave in and out of whatever pockets of shadows there are. Every now and then you'll just see him kind of perfectly moving out of the way before being knocked over by someone, but not out of a disparaging approach, but more out of he really just wants to keep to himself, not draw too much attention. So he'll kind of keep an eye on his surroundings, but his gaze is clearly fixed on home.
As you are beelining it through the city, heading straight for the ramps that take you up to the High District, there is a bit of a bustling coming from behind you, Lucia, as you can hear a woman scream, "No, hey, get back here!" And in a mere moment, Lucia, you feel a very small impact on your leg. As a small orphan girl wraps her arms around your leg to give you a hug. She barely comes up to your hip.
Okay. I'm not your caretaker, so let's just go ahead and give a little separating right here. Thank you. But I'm as gently as I can. I'm just kind of like looking around for whoever's overseeing this child and gently trying to pry her off.
As you gently try to release her grasp from your leg, you look up and you see a human woman with this wavy chestnut bob cut come running through in this somewhat plain dress. You can see the orphan girl is actually wearing this somewhat rattier clothing as you pry her off of you. But as you do so, she looks up at you. "Thank you for saving the orphanage, Sir Lucia. We appreciate your donation."
Oh, that's right. Well, you're welcome. It's the least we can do. And what's your name?
Gwenny.
Gwenny. That's a really nice name. Gwenny, I do thank you for your gracious approach. However, I just, hugs are not necessarily my thing, but I'll tell you what, for right now, we'll just say that this is an exclusive arrangement, okay?
Oh, a secret.
Yes, a secret. And then I flash a silver piece. Don't tell anybody I gave you this.
Oh, okay. She tucks it deep into between her hands as this older woman comes up behind her. "Gwenny, I'm so sorry, Sir Lucia. We didn't mean to be a bother."
No bother at all. Gwenny here was just telling me how excited she was about her new home and her new friends. Isn't that right, Gwenny?
That's Right.
Wonderful. So now get going, Gwenny. Go ahead and hug somebody else's legs, but not everybody, because that may come off a little weird.
The older woman grabs Gwenny by the hand, and in a stern yet rushing manner, she tries to guide her back to the sidewalk to avoid any sort of interactions.
As she leaves, I'll look to the caretaker and I'll just kind of say, like, she's just a child. Let her live.
There's a slight nod and a, yep, well, thank you again, as she waves and makes her way back into the crowd. As Lucia, you continue to make your way through Elturel until you reach the steep ramps that climb the main bluff overlooking the river Chianthar. These streets are steep that lead up to the High District. It is a hike. It is nearly 300 feet up to the High District, and the ramps are quite drastic. However, the arduous walk is brought to an end in a quite delightful way as you make your way to the flat portion of the High District, where you see the enormous garden that splits the High District straight down the middle. This garden offers some sort of greenery for the High District, being way up where you are. Think Central Park in New York City. The High District is much cleaner and well off than the Dock District. The High District holds its nobility, its finer establishments, its politicians, and the houses here are much more structurally sound and especially nicer to look at. And as you are walking along the edge of the garden, Lucia, you finally arrive at one specific homestead. Would you please describe your home to us and what you're doing after you arrive?
Lucia arrives at a grand 2-floor manor located on the outskirts of the city in this very specific spot where you cannot help but notice all of the ins and outs of this place. May that be from the past or the current stature. I would assume that as I'm walking up, there are certain people that greet me along the way, and I just kind of give you a simple nod before I stop at this massive gate. And when I do, I just stare at the gate, and I just kind of close my eyes and let out a deep sigh. Tired, perhaps, but more so a little hesitant. And then I proceed to find the latch, and I open the gate on my own. I enter in, and where normally in many of these homes there would be guards patrolling the area, at least somebody in the front garden, overseeing any person that wishes to enter, there's nobody here. But the home is beautiful and vibrant in its colors, its gardens, its flowers blossoming. It's a very well-kept estate. And it's not up until I get to the main door that when I get to this door, I ready myself, I stand up a little bit straighter, I do a nice little breath to let myself know it's going to be okay, reassuring myself that what I'm doing is good. And I knock on the door. I would say some time passes and the door eventually opens with a butler of sorts that just opens the door, welcomes me in, give him a nod. And in this space, it is a wall-to-wall covered in marble and family portraits, all kinds of riches and glamour, collections of a smattering of wealthy items throughout. But they are all shrouded in darkness. There isn't really many windows that are open, and whatever windows are here are closed off by the curtains. But I do find the grand central staircase that leads to the second floor, and I greet it. I don't walk at the center of it, I walk on its side. I use the handrail to help myself get all the way to the top. And once I do, I am passing through what looks like a maze of hallways that all lead to one hallway to the next, with doors of multiple rooms. That as I pass by them, if you were inside of the room looking into the hallway, Very well kept, very well maintained rooms, but empty. Bit of dust settle on the occasional furniture, the bed, hell, even the floor, the door handles perhaps on some of those as well. But I keep walking over until I eventually reach a room at the very end of the hallway. And I open it, expecting it to be mine, but it is actually another staircase that leads up to a attic. This is the only place in the entire home where there is sunlight. And it is a massive garden. It is a garden filled with all kinds of flowers that are all withering and dead, stretching from one side of the room all the way to the other side. And in the center of the room, this greenhouse-like attic with glass stretching from one end to the other, letting in all this natural sunlight, in the center of the room, there is just a small table with a handful of pots with flowers that are actually blossoming and alive and well and thriving. I look up, I look around, I grab some shears, I walk over to the flowers and I just begin to trim slightly, add a little bit of water, and behind me, it just litters with the sea of gray and decay. I take a moment, I just look over at the flowers, some lilies, dahlias, some carnations. There's about 9 different pots of flowers. I just kind of smile at them. I caress the flowers gently before I look at my hand. There's some blood on it. I just kind of take it and I anxiously wipe it on myself. Before I see at the very end of the room, there is like a lever pressed up against the wall, embedded into it, that seems to have some rope that's connected to the glass up above me. And I just look back at the flowers, and I just proceed. Walk over to this lever, and when I pull it down, one by one, the rope tugs and pulls on all of the glass panes that begin to flip. And one by one, they all flip into a almost magically touched version of themselves, but where they don't allow any light in, and instead becomes complete darkness. And one by one, as all of the darkness begins to fill the room, the only thing that remains is in the center of it all, a circle that actually doesn't have any glass, and where a little bit of sunlight can come in and bask in the flowers that are alive. That is the only light source in this entire room. And I look around, I take off my cape and I set it down. I sort of adjust myself, I crack my knuckles and tighten up my back. And then you hear Ze miji krafsimskas, zimi sumatum, si erapuiv. As I say this in Infernal, I have brought you that which was promised.
And in a moment, Lucia, the attic grows heavy. The air around you is thick. And the only thing that you see is what you see every single time. This pair of glowing eyes in the darkness. You can see they have these trails of smoke that wisp off. And it blinks, only to reappear in another corner. Well, if it isn't my interest. Enjoying the festivities, taking your sweet time, strolling the markets, you're late.
Oh, I wasn't aware that we were keeping tabs on such delicate matters.
Oh, no.
I am here.
I keep tabs on everything. Down to the minute, down to the second, down to the soul. Lucia.
Very well then. I proceed to go into my pocket and I pull out a small little tin. It's like a little tin box that is no bigger than the palm of your hand. And the little tin, it is rusted in this copper. It's seen some wear and tear for sure. But engraved on the top of the little tin are 3 flowers, a dahlia, a lily, and a carnation. And where it normally would just be able to be pried open, there is a small golden latch on the tin. But that latch is brand new, golden, that hasn't seen any wear and tear. I just take it out and I begin to do that thing where you're about to open something with pressure, so you're just kind of like clicking it back and forth, making an echo of the tin. And I just look over and I say, Atan, you know that I was doing this for us. And if I am late, if something does get in the way of me arriving on time, I do hope that this encourages you to speak nicer to me in the future.
This may benefit both of us, Lucia. But you are nothing without me. And I wouldn't care too much if you were late this time. But last time, you shorted me. So what are we going to add to the list next? Because I'm not slacking, am I? You are.
Lucia kind of like, there is a moment where he feels very empowered by the situation, but then remembers that and kind of recoils back. I brought extra. Payment plus extra. Always good for my word. You can always count on that.
Interest gathering interest. Sounds about right. Deposit them.
I walk over and I place the tin by the flowers. And then I open the latch.
As you open that latch, Lucia, it is almost like a vacuum. As from your eyes and your mouth comes this black, gray smoke. You're almost thrown back, levitating, as this smoke is dragged from your body and brought down into this small little tin that lies on the table before it shuts itself. Latch it and leave it. I need time with this one.
Lucia's kind of like thrown off like he had just run a mile. Not even a please?
Do not let it happen again, Interest. Do you understand?
I understand.
You wouldn't want to end up like your grandfather, now would you?
Lucia lets out like a nervous laugh, chuckle even. One would be so lucky.
The eyes blink again and appear in another corner. Now go, someone's approaching. As in a frantic motion, you can hear a very small knock at your front door, way down at the very entrance.
I rush out. I head back to the door, leaving it in darkness, but looking back at the flowers one last time, that last little bit of sunlight that is still there, as I bask myself in the shadows. You can even hear my footsteps as I hurry off as fast as I can to the door. And then I open it, catching it on the other side, not opening it fully, but just catching enough of who that person is on the other end.
As you creak the door open, just slightly enough for that lock to get a visual on who is outside, you can see the garden behind you off in the distance, and you have to look down as you open this door, as you spot a small halfling woman who you know to be Trini. She is the Warding Festival coordinator. She has these large round glasses, and her bright blue hair is tied up into these 2 separate buns that sit atop her head. Morning, Lucia. Good afternoon. Haven't had too much time to figure out what time it is. We have to go. We're late.
Already?
Yep. I have been running my butt off, and we need to get to the opening ceremony. don't we?
Yes, but I just hold up. Let me change. I just came back. I just got into town. Can you give me just like a couple of minutes?
She is frantically tapping her pen on the journal. I can spare a couple minutes. Please go quick.
Okay, all right. Never mind. Let's just go.
Are you sure?
And I step outside.
She tidies up her little buttoned leather vest and formal attire. She tucks the journal underneath. You know, I actually wouldn't mind you going in to change. It's a long walk back down. I didn't bring my horse, so going back down this hike is going to be a lot. If you want, I don't mind a breather.
You know, there's definitely a lot of people that seem to have me on some schedule. And I understand that I agreed to these things, but, you know, a little bit of leeway would go a long way, right? I don't necessarily have to be at this. I mean, I have to be at this festival and everything, but, you know, like, if you wanted a horse, if you wanted to get there in style, then just tell me that, okay?
Okay. Next time, I'll try to remember that. Favius has me running all over the place.
Oh, yeah, all right, of course. Okay, then give me a moment.
Take your time. Nope, don't do that.
I'll run back inside and I'll adjust myself, get everything ready, and then after a moment, come out with a, where I guess normally you would have somebody that should come out with a horse and drawn carriage. It's just me. And I bring out the horse and I pet this jet black horse with this beautiful white mane. I just like pet him. I attach the harness and the saddle, attach him back onto the small little personal carriage. All right, Trini, get in.
That'll do. Now we're talking. Whew. To Shiara's Market.
To Shiara's Market. Yeah!
And as you and Trini make your way down, all the way back down to the dock district towards the center square, Shiara's Market, we are going to continue up even further into the high district, to the very tippy top, to High Hall, a massive seat of power that sits at the very peak of Elturel, a castle that looms over the city beneath. However, we aren't starting inside the walls itself, but a small garden on the premises, gated away with these lush trees, vibrant flowers, vines all throughout the gates. And May, would you please describe your character and what they are doing in the garden?
The woman you see in the garden is a tiefling. She looks to be in her 20s, about 5'5", pretty slender build, not too much muscle on her. She has pale white-gray skin, indicative of her name, which is Raith. She has short raven black hair that's cropped just past her pointed ears, and 2 braids longer than the rest of her hair hanging down in front of her ears. And then sprouting from the top of her forehead, as tieflings do, she has 2 large black curled horns. She has the classic tiefling tail too. I didn't know how to describe. Do you just say a devil tail? What do you call that kind of tail? I don't know. But she has that.
Yeah.
And perhaps most startling are her eyes, which are fully black. There is no white, no iris. They're just pure black. And she is dressed in a casual fit. It's just leather, some dark leather pants, a vest, a short half cloak. She has some dirt on her knees and her hands as she tends to some plants in the garden.
Raith, would you mind making me a nature check as you handle these plants in the garden?
Yeah, can I tell you what I'm working on?
Absolutely, I would love to know.
Before I roll.
Yes, absolutely.
To find how they do that. Well, I've been trying to crossbreed these 2 plants to make this new flower, and I think if I do it right, I can make it poisonous. Oh my god. Wait, did Jose do any rolls? Is this the first roll?
This is the first roll.
Oh no. Not like Nocturne, not like Nocturne. Hell yeah. Avernus, yeah. That's 18 plus 3, so 21 for my poison flower.
Okay. Sheesh. As you are looking at these plants, what two specific plants or flowers are you trying to somewhat meld together? Anything in particular?
Yeah, so I was interested in making something pretty, but also poisonous. So I think I've taken one plant that's kind of poisonous, which is like a foxglove plant that's got like the little purple bells and the spots, and I like purple. I kind of think that would suit this plant well, but it's okay if there's some variation. I'm interested to find out. And then another plant that I just bought from a vendor, well, recently bought and relocated to the garden, that is allegedly not poisonous, but I think that it has some properties that I don't know if this is how botany works, but in this magical D&D game, this is how it works. I rolled a 21 in nature, so that's how it works.
As you try to crush maybe not even crush these flowers together, but just try to intertwine them in some way, shape, or form, you can tell that the slight magical essence to your hands as you are wielding these beautiful plants begins to interweave with the flowers themselves. And you can see that those purple bells of the foxglove begin to take on slight white polka dots as you are almost meshing this other plant into the foxglove. And one thing you notice about the foxglove is those bulbs that you are so focused on. One you can see as a small drop of blood coming from within. It drips down the stem and onto your wrist before dripping to the grass below.
It came from the flower? It's not... I checked myself, like, I don't know, were there thorns? Was that me?
You
How
don't
could a
recall
flower bleed?
any thorns from the flowers that you were gathering.
I look inside the bells. Are there any others like that, or is just the one?
Just the one. Though every other bell seems to have taken on this polka-dotted pattern. You feel whatever you were trying to do could have potentially worked.
Well,
Whether
there's only
you-
one way to find out.
Whether you got the result you wanted is up to you to find out.
I know you're saying blood, but I, as a reasonable herbalist who works with plants, I'm just gonna assume that's like the plant's nectar or something. It looks like blood. I don't know. It's a natural part of the plant. It's fine. Also, there's carnivorous plants. I don't know. I'm gonna pluck that bell off of the plant and I'm gonna eat it.
Okay. As you pop that bulb, you hear flapping from a branch up above in a tree.
No, stop. It's
As
fine.
It comes down, you see a very frantic raven with these two silver earrings with this shining star pattern all the way around that act as these little tiny bracelets for his little ankles. If you poison yourself again, I'm not bringing you back! Okay, yes, I will, but I'm gonna complain about it!
You don't have to. I've got this. I'm not just
I had hives
testing.
for a week last time!
Okay, and do hives kill? No.
It could have, if Marigold didn't come about.
Well, Marigold is still here, but I'm also testing some things besides the botany itself.
And what are you trying to gather from the plants?
Well, first of all, do I feel poisoned?
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. I'm too strong. I've done this too many times. I rolled a 16 plus 2 is an 18.
You begin to feel itchy, especially your neck, as the plant went down your throat. You can tell there's a slight itch, a bit of a rub.
I think that's right. And I grab 2 more and eat them.
What is right? Raith?
No, I swear, it's just my body's built up a tolerance is all.
So you're going to push it even further?
Yes, I'm trying to poison myself.
You are something else, as the raven is jumping between your horns now, just waiting for you to pass out.
Stop, I'm not gonna... do I feel poison yet?
Can I have another Constitution saving throw, please?
Since I ate multiple, could be a disadvantage.
Oh, it's into the equation, don't worry.
Okay. 8.
You are going to take 1 poison damage. As you can tell, along your arms, there is this almost bubbling purple. These little small rashes that seem to bubble like very small goosebumps, though the goosebumps are that same white polka dot that bulb had. Now look what you did!
We've never seen that before. We've never seen this before, Winston.
I haven't either. It doesn't mean it's good.
It's new. Now watch this. And I going to cast a spell. I will raise my other hand over the weird bumps on my arm, as cool as they are. I'm attempting to remove the poison from my body by casting... Well, I'm going to boil my own blood.
Oh my god.
I'm going to cast Boil Blood, which is a touch spell, and it means I have to roll my hit dice. See how badly I'm going to burn myself. This is a spell I've been working on for a little while. I do have some capabilities in healing, but I've never developed something to remove poison. As you could tell by Winston's reaction, this is something that Raith has done before, but without, you heard she passed out, she had the hives, things happen. So we're trying to take care of that ourselves. So I will grab my arm, cast Boil Blood, and as I feel the blood from my hand up to my shoulder heat and burn, which is a peculiar sensation, but at the same time I'm looking at my arm and it's not, there's no fire, I'm fine, I'm doing this to myself. I'll take 6 more
Oh my god.
But in doing so, I will remove the poison from my blood.
You are no longer poisoned, Raith, but at what cost? Oh my god.
I'm still conscious, and I'm not poisoned. And then I'll cast another. Now that the poison's gone, and I don't have to worry about that mark working its way up my body or further along my bloodstream, I will cast Healing Word on myself, so that it's like nothing ever happened except for the use of all of my level 1 spell slot. 7. Oh, look at that, back to full health.
And what word are you speaking amongst this garden for Winston to hear?
Return. She is all about cycles and states, and I'm returning myself back to my health of a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. As you speak that word, it slowly begins to reverberate in the air around you as Winston looks down and sees the bubbling on your skin stop. Next time, try dumbass.
Maybe I'll do bird brain instead.
That could work.
Ooh.
As Raith, you hear a rustling from behind you through the trees. Slight grass movement as you hear one of the branches being pushed away. Daughter, you're not messing with your concoctions again, are you?
I'll, give my father a slightly deferential bow as is appropriate. No, of course not. Just growing some new flowers.
As you do that bow towards your father, Winston takes that moment to branch off of your horns up into the trees again. And turning
making
around,
friends with the wildlife, I guess.
Turning around, you see an older human man. He's in his late 60s. He has a bald head on top with some slightly gray hair that is still clinging on for dear life to the sides of his head. He has a bit of a larger build with slightly sagging cheeks from his old age. He's wearing a long, dark brown trench coat with a green noble shirts underneath. And you can see hanging around his neck is something you know that he wears every single day, even if he doesn't preach it much anymore. It is a symbol of a right hand, metal gauntlet, held upright with the palm facing forward. This is the symbol of Torm. Well, at least someone is tending to the garden. I appreciate your work, as long as it doesn't end you up in bed for the next month.
Would that really be so bad?
I suppose not. At least we have the care to make sure you're all right. Listen, daughter, I have a surprise for you today.
What?
I know it's been a while since you've gotten to enjoy the warding festival. And given it's such a special occasion, I've hired a sellsword to walk with you for the day.
Okay. When was the last time I went to the warding festival? Was it 10 years ago? Why? I mean, thank you. Did you want me there on stage?
It would be nice for you to be among your people. I won't ask you to talk. I know that's not your favorite thing to do.
Oh, no, I'm going to have to change, aren't I?
I've already instructed Marigold to wait for you in your chambers.
After some slight disappointment, remembers herself and kind of puts on a practiced smile. I think it's not just practice to her, it's something that's common amongst the nobility of just like a courteous smile. And she just bows to her father again.
He will do a very slight nod, no exaggerated bow or anything in return. Come, let me at least guide you to your chambers.
All right, then. Are you well, Father?
Just fine, thank you. Why do you ask?
No reason, just been a while since I've asked.
Come.
Okay. She follows kind of meekly behind him. Not really, like, she's a little confused that her father is, interacting with her.
As you both walk through the halls of High Hall, it is quite awkward. It's quiet. Your father is walking a couple steps in front of you, not really paying too much mind on whether you're behind him or not. As he begins to walk through and you spot these crimson red decorations scattered throughout, fancy marble statues, there are family portraits scattered throughout, though mainly only of him and your mother. There are lots of gold accents and items spread through these halls. And as daughter of the High Overseer, High Hall is your home in this blessed city. Though its halls are nearly silent. Most of the Hell Riders that are on guard are being sent to the festival to make sure that everything runs smoothly. You finally arrive at your chambers. It is a smaller room off one of the main wings, and you see outside, as always, is Dominic. He's standing guard at your door, ready to stand watch. He's a human in his 50s. He is old, rugged. He has been in charge of guarding you for your entire life. He has this gray, short, yet rough beard and a salt and pepper grown out buzz cut. Made it back in one piece. Who would have thought?
All right, my ratio is not that bad. I don't know why everyone acts like it is.
Well, last time I had to carry you into bed, so...
And then I carried myself out. 50-50.
Those aren't the best odds.
Well, I learned something new, so...
Oh, did you? And what might that be?
Well, maybe the next time that you're sick from something, you'll come running to me.
Are you saying you're gonna poison my food, young lady?
No, not... I would ask, of course.
Oh, of course. And I am deemed to accept, given I am the guard of the Lady Krieg.
I mean, it's true, you might have to sample my food for me. And there's a lot of people who... I can't even make this joke. No one even knows I exist.
Well, I do. And I have to have eyes on you at all times. Well, most of the time, as he gives you a cheeky little wink. He gives you a slight smile and creaks open the door to let you in. His polearm moves to the side, nice and sturdy next to him.
I give him the little salute that I always do, and which is the way that I was deferential to my father. It's not like that at all. It's very sarcastic. And I'll walk in.
Raith, would you please describe your bedroom?
It's not quite decorated the same way as the rest of the hall. Yes, the architecture is the same and the marble is there. But there's lots of blankets and pillows of various colors. There's a table that's lower to the ground with pillows around it as if she prefers to sit on the ground. And the bed has lots of curtains, and she's strung some dried plants from her garden, both along the bed and kind of throughout the room. There are some plants in pots and things, most of them along the large windows closer to the sunlight. A large bookshelf, though they do have a library in High Hall that has much larger selection of books, but she keeps her own there. Lots of journals from her notes and research and sketches of plants and things, and a vanity where I assume Marigold is waiting for me.
She is indeed. And as you enter in, I guess I'll see you down at the festival after I let in the mercenary. I'll be heading down there.
Who is it this time?
I wasn't given a name, just to be on the lookout for anyone not a Hell Rider.
Okay, I'll see you.
As he closes the door behind you, Raith, you know that the Hell Riders are the elite of the elite around here. They are the primary armed force that protects Elturel. They not only guard the city and its people, but they traverse down the River Cheonthar on their trusty steeds. They protect from bandits, assisting caravans, and the like. The Hell Riders are known for being an elite cavalry unit. They are true experts of combat on horseback, which is their primary source of protection. And they have been guarding you and your home of Elturel since before you were even born. But as you walk in, Raith, the one thing I would like to note about your room is the second bed that is perfectly made, empty, and this spare bed in here seems like it hasn't been used in ages. But Marigold waves you over. You see she is standing behind a stool right in front of your vanity. She is this half-elf with ruby red hair, a beautiful pink flowing gown with these large, exaggerated, billowing sleeves. She has these prominent crow's feet as she is roughly in her 40s, yet she still looks as majestic as she did 20 years ago. It's almost like she hasn't aged a day since she's been caring for you. Welcome in, my dear. You took a while, didn't you?
Please tell me. I mean, I didn't know that I was allowed outside today.
I didn't either. I should be getting myself ready for the festival. But we'll take care of you
You already
first.
look so beautiful.
Oh, stop.
Please don't make me wear pink.
No pink.
Or red, it's such an ostentatious color.
Excuse you.
I know
She
it's
twirls her
a
hair.
family color. Okay, that's not what I meant, not hair. I just meant... She, gestures at her, dark outfit.
Listen, it is entirely your decision on what you would like to wear. Your father just asked that I clean up the hair and the dirt a bit.
Fine.
She goes behind you and she starts brushing out the knots from you working in the garden for the majority of the day. And what are we thinking for the hair today? Up, down, out of the way?
I think the usual crown will do. And by that, she means... I think that Marigold would she'd probably redo the braids in front of her ears so that she could brush them out, and then instead of just letting them hang in front of her ears like they usually do, she pins them so it's like she's got a little braided crown.
That I can do. Easy enough. As she begins working on your hair, as you stare at yourself in the vanity, might I ask, how does it feel? How does it feel to be going out into the city? Unsupervised for the most part, I guess.
It's fine, I guess. I haven't been to the festival since Rev. It's odd. I don't know why. Father came down to the garden to get me.
It could be a change of heart. It is a big celebration today. 50 years of peace is nothing to scoff at. Maybe he's entering his midlife crisis, if you catch my drift. Don't tell him I said that.
I thought that meant you're supposed to buy a nice new horse, not start caring for your child for the first time.
He's getting to be that age where he has to care about his health. His age is going to affect him in one way or another. Maybe he's seen how much he's lost and wants to rekindle what is still here. The fire that still resides within.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Reverie will come back today, too.
Listen, if I'm not being convincing enough, it's okay. You can just humor me.
Yeah, to new leaves.
I'd cheers, but my hands are full. She's got your hair all sorts of up and tangled right now.
Oh yeah, you gotta navigate it around the horns and
Oh, yeah.
everything. So, also, it's not that my hair is short for a reason. It's not that tangled. Come on.
You'd think, but the mats that I have seen you get in one day, it's crazy.
It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. And you know what? I am happy to keep you employed. You're welcome.
You keep me employed and you keep me busy. Other than that, the days around here drag.
Perhaps you can find someone to dance with at the festival.
Fingers crossed.
Raith does a really obnoxious fake cough and looks towards the door where Dominic's standing right on the other side.
You can hear a very loud bang from outside, like a fist hit the door.
It's not poison! It's not poison! I'm fine. And she does a little thumb gesture, points to where Dominic is.
He is handsome, isn't he? Maybe not from your perspective, given your young age, but he's rugged, he's gritty.
Okay, all right. I was just suggesting. I don't think I need the details.
Noted. Well, what can I get you to wear today? Or would you just like to go like this? Because I'll allow that.
No, if I have to stand on the stage in front of all those people. You know what? To celebrate my new creation today, I'll wear this dark purple one. And she points to one that she's worn before. It's not no big sleeves. It's it's not very loud, but it is more formal than what she's wearing. Still casual enough that she can get around, but has a high collar and is a little more befitting of her family name.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that's very fitting, isn't it? I think you look lovely.
Thanks. That's the only person who really matters, I guess, but at least Father can't be upset with me.
That is true. He is upset at a lot of things these days.
Yeah, surely he won't be more stressed out at this festival where his daughter is for the first time in 10 years and it's the 50th celebration and... Wow, I am making this sound more and more compelling.
Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. You too.
Fingers crossed. Maybe I'll smooch Dominic just for you. I'll tell you all about it when you're back.
Oh, gods, no, please. I have to see that man all the time.
Speaking of...
have fun.
There is a knock at your door, Raith, as Dominic opens it up. Raith, the mercenary's arrived. He's waiting for you out front.
Yay.
And with that, we're going to move back down to the dock district. Just inside the city walls. Cary. You are walking through the city streets alongside a hunched-over, elderly Leonin man as you are guiding him back to his homestead. You just passed the city guard, got through the Hell Riders, and are admiring the decorations and all the preparations that have already begun for the Warding Festival. And who might be walking next to this Leonin man?
Rona is very close to the side, almost acting like a crutch if need be for this individual. Pretty tall, about 5'10". He's got deep black hair, like black as night. These locks that will part a couple in front of his face to the sides, and then the rest will pull to the back in a bun. And he's got this splint armor mix of metal and leather layered over top of some chainmail that's over a padded shirt. And the colors are mixes of deep reds, burgundies, and navy blues, and sage greens. He has this cloak that, looking at the material, you think is very... It had to come from somebody noble. It had to be something regal, but it is very worn. It's tattered, it's got rips, but he still dons it. And then around his neck, he has a little green sort of scarf that sort of wraps around. Worn black boots and these leather black gloves and leather bracers on top of them. And the armor is well kept, it's worn, It's certainly worn, but he takes care of it. There's dents or scratches, but there's no rust. And he'll have his longsword at his back and a dagger to his right side. And we'll just be using his arm to help this elderly person walk along.
This large Leonin, even hunched over, is roughly around the same height as you, Rona. He has this yellowish orange fur and his long matted mane, but even his little snout is almost pure white from age. As you are almost hobbling quite slowly through the streets of Elturel, back towards his bakery, he is rambling in your ear as he is talking away. And my son went up to Waterdeep once. Have you ever been to Waterdeep?
No, I've never been, but maybe one day.
It's lovely. It's lovely. At least that's what he said. He's been gone for quite a while now. I used to have him go to the farm with me. But now he's gone. I think he went to Have you ever been to Waterdeep?
No, I haven't, but
you should go
maybe
sometime.
One day I'll go.
Yes,
yeah,
it's lovely.
Are you okay? Are you good to keep going?
Maybe just a moment here. Catch a man's breath.
Yes, take your time.
Oh. He shuffles in place for just a moment, kind of straightens up, and gives his back a good old crack. All right, it's not much further. I think we can proceed.
Okay. At any pace you need. It's no worries.
Now, have you ever... I appreciate you going to the farm with me. Have you ever been to the farm? Before I took you to the farm. I really thank you, Rona, for coming to the farm with me. I needed these fruits. I needed these fruits for the pies.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the pies that you make. I have a bit of a sweet tooth, I must admit.
What is your favorite? I can save you one.
Well, it's apple pie. It's my favorite.
Perfect. I grabbed quite a few while we were there.
Excellent. I look forward to it. Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
And Rona will just give him his arm again to use as a crutch, and going as slow as necessary for this individual, and being exceptionally patient, but it's not a chore for him. He's happy to be of assistance, and understanding sort of like this Leonin's difficulties is going to be very tender to that, and will just kind of go along with the flow.
I appreciate your company, Rona. I love Warding Festival Day. It's the one day where I get to talk to so many people.
Yes, the festival's very fun. A bit much for myself. The noise is a little overstimulating sometimes, but yes, it's good to see so many smiles.
It can get quite overwhelming, especially when the parade goes by. When the parade goes by, it gets really loud, and it usually drives customers away from our cart that we set up outside, where we make our special pies.
How has business been so far?
It's been good, I hope. My wife should be waiting for me back there. She's setting up the cart right now. I needed to make sure I could get these in time to make our pies.
Of course. Do you need any help at the cart? Any heavy things needing lifting? Extra hands?
That might be wonderful. Actually, Zamina can't quite carry as much as she used to.
Yes, not a problem. I've got time today.
And as you finally make your way through the streets of Elturel, you come across a very quaint little bakery called Top of the Muffin. And this is Ziaz's bakery that he owns and has owned for quite a while. And outside, you can see his wife, Zemina. She is a much smaller Leonin. She has this darker gray fur. She's got a notch out of one of her ears with a flower-covered apron. And she is currently trying to maneuver the cart from a small alleyway that is tucked in between the two businesses and trying to get it up to the front of the storefront so she can get things set up. Oh, Zemina, Rona's here. As she looks over. Hello, dearie.
Do you need a hand?
I would love one.
Happy to help. And as he helps the one Leonin sort of settle in, sort of very gingerly move away and then go to help the one in the alleyway.
I hope Zeoz wasn't too much trouble today.
Oh, no, he's not a problem. His memory's going a little bit, I think. But,
I believe so. It's been rough ever since the kids left. They left Elturel quite a while ago, and he just doesn't have as many people to talk to. His brain doesn't get the activity that it needs. It's good when customers come through, but he does look forward to Festival Day, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that as well. That is difficult to watch someone go through that. If you need me to stop by more often, I'm more than happy to. I love a sweet roll on my morning, so it's not a problem.
And we are happy to pay in baked goods. That's our specialty.
No, I'll still give coin. I appreciate your efforts.
Well, regardless, it's very kind of you. If you could just set the card up right outside the window. We made a sign and everything.
Of course. Just a moment. And he'll go and take the cart and be very methodical. He'll move it around and then look at like where foot traffic might come. We'll look at the lighting. We'll look around and see like what is the most optimal place to put this cot for the best turnout for these folks. And when he thinks he has the right position for this cot, we'll kind of stand in front of it, analyze it, look at the sides, nod his head. Okay, I think we've got it.
Just for fun, Rona, give me a performance check.
Totally, I'll happily do that. Oh, man. 13 minus 1, that's a 12.
Okay. You placed it nearly perfectly centered underneath their main front window where they have their sign, top of the muffin. With the cart placed, the wheels facing outwards, Zemina goes back inside and exclaims gleefully to Zeoz that you got the cart all set up as she already begins to bring out different cinnamon rolls, different croissants, all sorts of baked goods that she can find, and begins to place them on top of the cart in a somewhat decorative fashion in hopes of attracting some customers.
This looks lovely. I hope this festival goes well for you both. I asked Zeoz about business and are things going well?
For the most part, yes. I can't complain. Things are slowing down a bit just with the amount of people coming and going. But our regulars keep us going in business, yes.
Okay. Well, I like this shop a lot, so I hope you stay in business. I'll just kind of give a little chuckle.
And we hope you'll be back. I know Zeoz truly enjoys your warmth and your generosity. And speaking of, one moment. As she walks inside, and you can see her through the window talking to Zeoz as he pulls out a small brown pouch, hands it over to Zemina, as Zeoz then sits in one of the tables that are tucked inside. And Zemina comes back out and hands you this pouch. She grasps one of your hands, places the pouch inside, and then with her other larger paw, cups your hand. Zia's told me to give you just a little bit extra for your kindness today.
No. It was nothing. We barely came across any trouble. It was a walk, if anything. Extra's too much.
Please. We'll make it back today, and then some. It's Warding Festival Day. This is the busiest day of the year for us. We can spare it. The pies are a staple.
He looks visibly uncomfortable, taking more than, not even what his ass, but more than what he signed up for. And he just kind of like looks around and looks at the ground and feels the weight of the coins. And I do appreciate this. Are you sure?
Positive. We'll save you a pie too. Come back, please, for a slice at least. When the festival's over.
Okay. I can do that. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Zioz said you like apple pie. I'll make sure to save a slice, and you two can chat inside and enjoy some dessert after a long and exhausting day.
You two are too kind to me. I appreciate it. And he'll tuck the coins away. I will see you later in the festival.
You
Cheers.
look forward to it. She gives you a
And he'll
slight
turn.
nod.
I'll give like not quite a bow, but like a very courteous sort of like head nod. And he'll turn and step away. He'll still feel very uncomfortable with the coins that he has. And his first objective is, one, to do the mental math of, okay, well, lodging for the week will be this much, and I'll take another job next week, and that will be this amount of coin, and food for the week is about this, so I only need, and he'll count the coins, and he'll do the addition and subtraction, and then he'll settle on how much he's comfortable, or not comfortable with, but rather knows he can live without. And he will then try to find someone who looks like they could use the extra bit of help.
Of course. Why don't you give me a perception check?
All right. What is my modifier on perception? Okay, it's flat. Cool.
Better than -1.
Absolutely. That is a 6.
Ooh, okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. This area of the Dock District is bustling. This is one of the main parade routes that is going to be walked through aplenty. So there are quite a bit of carts, quite a bit of bards already setting up and singing their hearts out on a street corner. There are already merchants lining the storefronts just like you helped Zamina and Ziaz do. It's a bit hard to come across right now, though you feel as you traverse Elturel a little bit more, there's most likely someone that you will come across to ensure they get a heartfelt donation.
He'll go on that sort of trek to find somebody. Not to say that there's a sense of guilt as he's walking around with these extra coins, but he grew up with excess. So the feeling of like having more than what he knows he needs feels strange. It's always felt strange. And he just wants to help if he can in any way. So there's like a lot of that as he's like walking through the city of not just wanting to get the coins away, but also like a feeling of having to feel useful or be useful.
There's a lot of reminiscent feelings for you, Rona, especially of usefulness as you walk through the streets. Like I said, there are a lot of people outside. It is festival day. The streets are packed. And even from upper rooftops, balconies, inside of a store, or just people on the street, there are random compliments coming your way left and right. Some from, "Rat free for a week now, Rona. Appreciate it."
Cheers, happy to help.
Others, "I can't thank you enough for finding Miss Scruffins. I would have been lost without her."
It's not a problem. Please do check on that scratch, though. It was very serious.
And ultimately, this attention gathering around you, just the back and forth between the citizens, garnered the attention of another, a Hell Rider that you have spoken to time and time again. You know him to be Kyogen. He is a large Goliath clad in the Hell Rider plate, walking his horse along the streets with his helmet off. He is mainly bald, but he has a long, thick rat tail-like braid going down to about his mid-back of this stark black hair. And hearing the compliment coming from one of the rooftops, one of the balconies overlooking the streets, and seeing where it's directed to, he makes a beeline straight for you. Well, if it isn't Rona, the exact person that I needed to find.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Could be better. Warding days got me running all about. I cannot wait for a drink after this.
I'm sorry. I imagine it's quite the event for the Hell Riders.
It's plenty. Favius has us running up and down the streets, going up to the High District, get orders, back down, wrangling up the parades, wrangling up the people, making sure everything is on time, scrutinous details. But how are you?
I can only...
Has the Warning Festival treated you well so far?
I'm fine, yeah, I'm fine. Just helping some townsfolk a little bit earlier. I have some apple pie waiting for me later, so that's my main objective for today.
That could not sound more appropriate for Ronah'Wyn.
Yes, my sweet tooth might be the downfall for me, but I imagine you have more than just a quick chat with me on your mind.
I do. A word from Favius is he needs your protection for the day. Your services are needed at the festival for the High Overseer, and Hell Riders are busy as ever, so Favius Krieg needs a trusted sword. And who better than Ronah'Wyn?
Kriegs, why didn't they want a Hell Rider?
Seems we're just a bit too busy. He can take what he can
I
get.
see.
Or maybe we just don't want to work for the bastard a little longer than we need to. Am I right?
No comment, friend.
Noted. Sorry, didn't mean to bite any tongues.
No, you're fine. I, in truth, I can't say I've dialogued with him often or frequently. Who is in need of escort?
Oh, it seems to be his daughter, Raith, again.
Lady Raith. Okay. Well, then I suppose I have more things on my plate than apple pie, then.
Seems to be, though I would love to join you for that apple pie if you could direct me.
Oh, yes, just down by the docks. It's, I'm forgetting the name of the muffin place. It was such a cute name.
Top of the muffin!
How could you forget?
By the docks, top of the muffin. It's a lovely two folks. They'll set you right.
I've been meaning to try that place. The city's too damn big. Can't make it everywhere. Hey, listen.
Mm-hmm.
We would love... I know I've done it time and time again.
Yes.
We would love to set up a meeting with you, Rona. I think we can work together greatly. The Hell Riders would love your skill, your determination, your gratitude, your generosity, and ultimately your strength. I know you said no last time, and the time before, and the 5 other times before that. But I promise we can make it worth your while.
After every positive adjective compliment that was thrown Rona's way, it's like if someone was getting punched and their body was just like recoiling and flinching. He just looks so uncomfortable and feels uncomfortable hearing that many compliments. He'll take like a deep sigh. I do appreciate your If it's, I just need some more time to think. It's, yeah, I just need some time to think, if that's all right.
Of course. Of course. Take all the time you need. We'll be here. As always. You can always find one of us somewhere.
I appreciate it.
But till then, keep your sword ready, kid. As he gives you a slight little pound on your chest and starts walking directly towards where you pointed him to top of the muffin.
Rona will give a head nod. And as he turns to walk towards a new destination, he'll put the hood of his cloak up in some parts to maybe muffle the overstimulation that he's now feeling, and he'll just go on his way.
As you begin to make your way through the streets of Elturel, you finally come to the steep ramps that lead up to the High District. A arduous climb later, you find yourself at the gates of High Hall. And just inside, Hellriders bring you forward. And in the small foyer lies Favius Creek. As he welcomes you inside, High Hall is your home once again, Rona.
It's good to see you, sir. Are you well?
Could be better, but that could just be the stress of the warding festival getting to me.
Will you be enjoying the festivities today?
That's the plan. I'm actually late for a horse. I'm supposed to be meeting Trini in 5 minutes, and gods knows that if I'm not down there in time, even she will have my head.
That is a frightening ordeal indeed. I hope your horse comes soon. I'm here for the escort.
Yes. Raith is going to be attending the festival today. I want you to get her safely to the center square so she can be there for the opening ceremony. She is to be on stage by my side. I need you to make sure that she is protected throughout the festival. I can provide you half payment up front of 10 gold, the rest after the festival concludes. And she is back home safely. Does that sound fair?
You have no qualms with me? And I'll give a head nod as he sort of like accepts the quest laid before him.
He tosses over a small pouch of gold. Promise me you'll keep her safe.
You have my word.
I'll meet you down there, Rona. Enjoy the warding festival. As he begins to walk out the front door, as a Hellrider is bringing a second horse up to him and helping him get saddled and up on top safely.
Rona will watch this sort of like exchange and him walk off. At first, like as long as he's in eyesight or periphery of Lord Craig, maybe what would be the honorific for this individual?
High Overseer.
High Overseer. He would have like a very tight knit, uptight sort of posture. We'll probably have like his head bowed, but like his eyes watching the Overseer as he goes into the carriage. Maybe could I do like an insight check on like his movement and like how he is maneuvering?
I would love that.
+2.
Hey,
that's not too
there we
bad.
go.
That's a 10 total.
You can see there is some tension behind his movements. Whether that's the stress from the warding festival, his old age, or something else entirely is up to interpretation.
Kind of just like nod his head as he gets into the carriage, and then he'll turn and then walk in towards the high hall.
And as Rona makes his way to the chambers of Raith, we're going to shoot back outside the walls. We are coming up the same road that we saw Lucia wander up. Caravans are still piling in with different supplies, people, and just folks ready to be joyous and enjoy their time at the festival. Rikki, who is following behind one of these caravans?
Okay, so you see on the road, kind of jauntily skipping almost, kind of happy la-di-da type vibes right now. You see a pale tiefling with long, white, almost like glowing and opalescent sheen to her hair. And she has black, full eyes, but her irises are glowing with that same kind of white, opalescent color. She has, like, out of her pale skin, which is a contrast, she does have black horns that go straight back. They don't curl around like ram horns, they go straight back. And she's wearing a black breastplate and matching black bracers. And then underneath that is kind of a silvery sheen, sheer, flowy, like skirt fabric that has 2 slits that show underneath black pants and tall boots. And she has a long, like, claymore on her back. I think as she's coming up, she's kind of more jauntily skipping as she's coming up, and then kind of slows down as she's seeing these caravans and carriages, and almost like a look of realization starts to come across her face as she continues forward.
This realization hits hard and it hits quick. This is your first time back in Elturel in quite some time. And a wave of nostalgia is rushing over you as you know exactly what this line of carriages means. That it is Warding Festival Day. And is there anything you're doing as you walk up to meet the guard as you wait in line?
I'm kind of like snooping and like peeking into the caravans and carriages. Do I see any, like, they're carrying like festival supplies?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I see anything just like fun and small that I can just grab?
Give me an investigation check, please.
Okay. Oh, I thought that was a 1. It was not. That's a 14.
Oh, dang. There is a cart that you are almost weaving in between. You're trying to figure out if you should go in the left line or the right line because you can't figure out which line is going quicker, just so you can get back inside the city. And as you branch off to the left line, you come up next to a cart called the Celebration Station.
Yes.
And it has all sorts of streamers and party hats and whimsical confetti, these long confetti ribbons. There are those paper blowhorns. Anything you can think of to liven up the day, they've got it. So much so that even the carriage driver is currently twisting a balloon into a very intricate shape as he waits in line.
Can I try to grab one of those party blowers?
Yeah, give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Oh gosh, okay. Oh no. That would be a 6.
You are able to grab the party blower out, but in doing so, your elbow accidentally hits a good old whoopee cushion that is lodged inside this cart. The carriage driver pauses their balloon animal and does a quick little turnaround. He's got a very colorful jester costume on. His hat has those trifold like dips and cones that have the bells at the end. Are you messing with my cart back there?
No, I was just seeing what type of animal you were making.
It's a beholder. Have you ever heard of one?
I think I have.
It's a dangerous, dangerous creature. One big eye, multiple stalks of even smaller, itty-bitty, dangerous eyes. And what's a party horn? without a party animal. As he twists it one final time and hands it down to you.
Are you giving it to me?
I suppose, because if someone else caught you doing that, let's just say you might not make it into the city.
I apologize. And I'll give him the blowhorn back.
Keep it. Trust me, we have plenty. It's really okay. We were going to give them out inside the walls anyway.
Are you sure?
Positive. Don't ask again.
Okay, thank you. And I'll just like kind of scurry ahead.
Have fun.
And then I blow my horn back at him.
With a slight blow, the gate guard, the Hellrider guarding the gate, calls you up once more. Next, please.
I step up with my big beholder balloon, and I step up and I just blow my horn.
This is Ashlyn. This is the same guard that Lucia saw. As she looks down from her horse, well, I guess I don't quite need to ask you why you're here, but let's start with a name, shall we?
Reverie.
Peculiar. Wait. Can you turn? Look up at me.
She's like awkwardly like looks up and kind of gives her different angles of her face.
She looks down quizzically with a cocked eyebrow and kind of squints, trying to get a better look at you. Please, my lady, I'm sorry. Go. Enjoy.
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
You as well, yeah. As you
And I run past.
As you run on past, you can hear her mutter behind you, "What is wrong with me today?" She starts rubbing her eyes. That's two, damn. And as you walk in, you are greeted with the plethora of decorations, of people, of merchant carts, and of joy. As you see the companion once more looming over the city, and everyone dancing through the streets, enjoying their music, enjoying the festivities that are about to occur. And so much so that even just seeing your colorful nature with the balloon and the party horn that you are currently wielding at the moment, there's a small human girl that runs up to you. She has blonde hair pulled up into these pigtails, and she's wearing a fairy costume. And she has cardboard wings attached to her back. And with two hands outstretched, "You look so pretty, and I feel like you'd be prettier with this." And in her hands is a flower crown.
Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. You look beautiful.
Thank you. We are accepting tips. She points to the very small makeshift box that she has set up at the side of a storefront with flower crowns written in crude writing across the front.
With that, I'll kind of just like giggle and I'll pull out enough coin to pay for it. And I'll put it in her hand.
She frantically runs back over to the box and drops it in a jar that sits atop and runs back to you, waiting for a response.
I'm going to actually give her... Is my balloon on a string? Or is it just be. Or is it just kind of chilling?
Which would you prefer?
I guess if it was on the string, it'd be easier to handle.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably I'll hand her the string of the balloon.
Oh, now that's a good trade. She grabs it and takes it back over, and she starts tying it around the rim of the tip jar as she bounces it up and down, back and forth.
And then I'll just like put my flower crown on, and I'll turn to her and I'll say, "Do I look like a princess like you?"
Whoa. Yeah.
And I'll do a little spin.
She blushes and is all sorts of giddy watching you walk away with your flower crown.
Can I ask a question? Am
Absolutely.
I like on the road where they could potentially be preparing for, like, if there's floats, like parade floats, or they're preparing for those?
100%.
Are there floats like that?
Not potentially right where you are, though this is one of the main parade routes that it would take through the city.
So there isn't any floats like where I am right now?
You know that, especially from your past traditions that you would do on the Warding Festival Day, they are probably tucked just off the main square, ready for the opening ceremony for them to commence and then begin to go around the streets.
Okay. I'll just continue forward and see what I can find.
All right. Why don't you give me a perception check as you're walking through the streets?
Oh. 5.
There is a bit too much going on for you to pinpoint one specific thing. Though the one thing that does catch your eye is a cafe that you know all too well. It was one of the cafes that you would go to watch the parade and watch a little behind the scenes of the parade floats getting made. If that's what you are curious about doing, that is where you would go to look at the floats.
Okay, yeah, I'll go there.
As you walk up, you know that this is a 2-story cafe. It is called the Brood Awakening Cafe. It is one of your favorite spots, at least from when you were a kid, owned by a very kind dwarf named Jodrick. Would you like to enter?
Yes, I would.
In doing so, there are a couple patrons spread throughout the main floor of this cafe. Some are drinking hot beverages, waiting for the parade to start, getting out of the crisp fall air for just a moment to warm up and embrace the festivities, getting themselves all prepped. Others are just eating smaller pastries. And at the very back resides a small counter, very small counter, with a dwarf sitting atop a stool as he is calling up the next customer. Yes, come on through.
I'm going to walk up and ask him, do it, because I know that there's an upstairs, right? And like
Yes, correct.
a balcony. Okay. I'm going to walk up to him and say, would you mind if I went upstairs and had a seat on the balcony for a little while?
Oh, why, of course. It's wide open.
Thank you. And I'm not going to get anything, and I'm just going to go straight up to the balcony.
As you begin to walk away, he does make a note. And before you can fully turn away, you look familiar.
Do I? I've grown up a little bit.
Just a bit, but I can't pinpoint it.
My name is Reverie. I used to come here when I was younger.
Oh. Right, the three of you. Oh yeah, you were the one who took up the... Oh, your spot's ready up there, sweetie. Don't you worry, it's available.
Okay, thank you.
Where's...
It's good to see you again.
Oh, you as well. Where... Just you?
Yeah, it's just me. I just came back into town. It's been a while.
You're traveling type.
A bit.
Anywhere fun? Could you oblige an
well-
old man with a story?
I mean, I guess I kind of was kidnapped by a troll and taken into the Feywild for a while.
Oh, and you're here, flesh and blood. Would you look at that?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, gullible me.
I'm gonna go upstairs now. Is that okay?
That's fine. I gotta get my brain straight.
Okay. Good to see you. And I'm just gonna walk away and go upstairs.
As you walk upstairs, it is a small balcony with this iron railing and a very small seat that sits around a short table. And you can lean over the railing, and you know this spot specifically This is where you would come when you were little to overlook the parade. Not during, but before. Because you loved watching the floats get set up, everyone frantically running around like ants down below, trying to get everything in place and ready for the route to come. And while you're up here, why don't you give me a perception check?
Let's do better this time, please. No. 5.
5.
Oh, no.
The only thing that you can see from up here is a very small woman that you know all too well to be Trini, running between float after float, holding up her journal and tapping it frantically with her pen as she writes down stuff, scribbling, scrawling out of her mind, running up to the next float, trying to find the owners, trying to get everything in order.
Can I, I still have my horn, and I see her, running frantically, and I am going to, lean over and, blow it really loud and frantically, and then, duck back.
Ooh, give me a cheeky little stealth check.
Okay. Just to see if I can, frazzle her.
Oh, yeah.
And, not know where it's coming from. Ooh. Okay, that would be a 20, a dirty 20.
Damn, okay. Just like you were when you were a child, a small little prankster. You peek out this balcony over the railing and you blow as hard as you can into that horn. And it can be heard over the bards down below, over to the cacophony of voices as you duck quickly back inside. And you can peek through the little shutters from the window inside to see Trini gaze up to the sky. And she almost racks her brain through her buns and just pauses for a moment before going back to her journal.
Okay. And with that, I think I'm satisfied enough. And I had watched a little bit before I did that to go back down and go back out to see what else I can find throughout the festival.
All right. Let's do one more perception check as we are walking to where you know to be the opening ceremony in Shiara's Market.
It's a 13.
As you are walking through, you know that there was one specific spot that you would go to before the festival began. And you know it's just down one of these alleys, you turn right down a street, and there's a small hidden pond with a large tree that overlooks it. The leaves would always fall into the pond, and you would sit there and wait for your whole group to get together. That was your meeting spot before going to the festival.
As I'm walking through and I see the alley, and as I've been walking through this whole time, I have this jovial kind of vibe, and I'm kind of skipping about and I'm getting distracted by things, and I'm, looking at all the things going on, and I'm smiling and engaging with things. And then there's just a few moments every so often where you can almost see underneath a face of worry and nervousness. And I think when I see that alleyway, I kind of drop the smile and I stare down it for probably an uncomfortable amount of time. And I just kind of find myself walking down it without really deciding that I did or that I wanted to. And then I will make my way there and see this spot that's familiar, that I met up with familiar people that I didn't get to meet up with often, but only at this festival. And I will go sit in that spot. I'll kind of just crouch down and sit in that spot for a while, and not really believing that those people are going to also show up there, but kind of hoping. And I'll sit there for a while.
As you sit there beneath the tree, overlooking the pond, these leaves slowly waving down and resting among the water, you're thinking back to all of the times that you met here before, all of the warding festivals that you've attended previously. And one memory among them all kind of brings a smile to your face, though with a still hint of heartache. You remember that one of your friends said that once when you all were skipping rocks across the pond, that he hit the city wall all the way across, but no one saw it. You think he's full of it, but you know it's just a passing memory.
I sit there for a while more and I'm ruminating on those memories. And I'll ask, does anyone come to that spot?
No one arrives.
So after sitting there for a while, I will pick up a rock and I'll try to skip it.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. 15.
Okay. It is a good skip. It starts with one of the longer jumps and then slowly skids across the water. And you almost make it to the other side of the pond. But you know that's probably the farthest that anyone had made it before anyway.
So with that, I'm kind of just in my head shoving that in his face. And then I will try to cover up my worry and anxiety and jauntily walk back out into the festival.
And as you make your way through the streets, you know you have one destination and one destination only, which is Shiara's Market. As you are taking in all of the memories, you see children playing hopscotch and blowing bubbles, others dancing among the bards at the street corner. All the stuff that you used to do while you were enjoying the festival with your friends. But you know you have to make it to the High District. And in order to get there, you have to go through the main center square. And what better place to be than the center square during the opening ceremony? As you finally arrive and you see yourself in the dead center of Shiara's Market, you see you are huddled amongst a sea of people in the crowd as you patiently wait for the speeches to kick off on stage and the parades to begin and the lively festivities to commence. And with that, as you are huddled amongst the crowd, we're going to move to Raith and Rona. You both are now descending the High District. It takes a long while. Is there anything in particular that you are chatting about or doing on the way down these steep steps to the docks?
Rona is so professional. I think he's hands behind his back, walking at Wraith's pace, very much water cooler conversation. Are you enjoying the weather today, Lady Raith?
Have we ever even seen each other during the day before?
That is a good question. I don't think we have, actually.
Okay, so we can confirm that the companion is working, no vampires here.
I think we can agree on that, yeah? Is that a concern that you have often?
No, I mean, honestly, I think it'd be interesting to meet a vampire. I imagine sustaining yourself on blood alone. Isn't that wild?
Rona kind of shudders. That's an uncomfortable thought. It doesn't sound very pleasant. Sorry, are you excited for the festival?
I don't know. Are you? Did you come last year?
Yes, I helped out with a couple of stalls, moving things and helping shopkeepers, but yes, it's a fun time. It's good to see the townsfolk smiling, happy. How do you not know if you're excited for the festival? It seems like a yes or no.
I haven't been in a long time. I used to go when I was a kid. But it's been some years, and I used to go with people who, well, they're not here to go with anymore. Not that I mean, thank you for escorting me and everything, but
Don't take it personally, it's fine.
I'm sure we can create some fun new memories. She says very convincingly.
I think Rhoda will have just like a little grin on his face, just sort of acknowledging that attempt at sarcasm. Sure. Excuse me if I'm out of turn to ask, but did something happen?
Oh, you're a lot chattier during the day, aren't you?
I'm a morning person, sorry.
That's all right, I guess.
If it's a tender subject, we don't need to breach it. I apologize.
No, just, well, since my mother passed and my sister left, there's not much need for us to present as a family when it's just my father and myself, so I just don't go out a lot. I mean, there's everything I need at High Hall, so I am not looking forward to standing on a stage in front of all the people who don't know me or my family at all, but I'm sure have a lot to think about us.
If Raith is looking at Rona, or rather, would Raith be looking at Rona when they say that?
Probably not. Because at this point, Rona has escorted Raith several times before, but their conversation, like you said, water cooler conversation, they have very basic knowledge about each other. So this is about the most vulnerable she's been with Rona, so she's definitely not making eye contact.
I think Rona too is looking forward, also trying to do his job, so he's trying to be aware of his surroundings, but his eyes will really soften, and like for a moment his body language will kind of like loosen, where he's like was once very rigid, and the mention of being uncomfortable amongst all those people, something he would really resonate with. So like you may hear like an extra clanking of this armor as his like body sort of reacts to that. I understand. Crowds can be a lot. Opinions can be more. But if it's any consolation, I'll stay close. I mean, I'm hired to do as much, but I hope it's not too uncomfortable and no deal for you.
Thanks. She just kind of exactly that. Like she tries to form words and then just kind of stops herself. Marigold, my handmaid, she said that there's an easy way to be a little braver. And she pulls out a wine flask out of her bag. They say it's liquid courage.
Interesting. Well, I won't tell your father. Your secret is kept with, and he just sort of like sees the flask and then turns away and keeps looking forward. Just like a way of saying like, do what you gotta do. That's totally fine.
Oh, you don't need any?
I don't partake.
Fair enough. You're braver than I. And she'll take a sip of her wine. Nothing crazy. She's not like downing the flask, but she'll just take a little sip for luck. Last time she came to the festival, she was just a baby. She couldn't drink, so.
As Raith is drinking the wine, Rona's like laser focused on the path ahead, looking at people, looking at their surroundings, and trying to stay close to Raith by like a comfortable distance to make sure she's safe and keep up to the word that he promised her father.
After some time, you both finally arrive at the center square. You approach a large makeshift wooden stage that has been built here. Folks are already gathered to witness the start of the festival, as they do every year. And Trini spots you, Raith, and calls you over. Oh, the daughter's here. Okay, thank God, at least one of yous.
Oh,
Come on. Oh, you brought a guard. Why doesn't your father tell me about any of this? Where is he?
Yes, this is Rona. He must stay very close to me.
Noted.
Sis.
She grabs a rope that is blocking off the public in Shiara's market from going behind the stage, and she allows you to back behind. Come on. It's almost time.
Okay, all right.
Where
do I stand?
We'll tell you when to go up. That is if your father ever shows.
He's not here yet.
No, he was supposed to meet with me. Gods, maybe an hour ago.
He said he was waiting for a horse. I think he just left High Hole when I arrived.
Oh, then he should have beat you here.
I would hope so.
Oh, get ready.
I think I am.
Walking behind the stage, it is just flat, open square, but it's blocked off by this rope to make it look a little more fancy. And there are some prominent figures here. There are informants and advisors for your father, Favius Krieg. There are wealthy nobles, but two individuals here quickly catch both of your eyes. One being Lucia, and the other, Rona, is Grand Duke Alder Ravengard. A tall, strong, and prideful man with black skin, a bald head, a powerfully built figure that has been shaped by decades of militaristic discipline. A square, weathered face ends at a strong jawline. He's wearing silver plate armor with these large defensive pauldrons, an enormous ornate greatsword sheathed on his back, and adorning the front of his chest lies a tabard of blue with the symbol of the flaming fist front and center. Just as you could imagine, it is a symbol of a front-facing fist engulfed in flame. And Rona, you specifically know Grand Duke Alder Ravengard as one of the 4 members of the Council of Baldur's Gate. He is one of the more just, loyal, and righteous figures, unlike the rest.
There's like a gleam in Rona's eyes. He feels lifted just by being in the presence of Alder Ravengard. And for a moment, it's just like a kid seeing a hero and then has to snap back of like, I am on duty and I have to act like I belong here. So he just straightens his posture, a right hand on his longsword. He's like moved to the side of his hip and is just prim, proper, professional.
And Lucia, you spot a familiar face that you have not seen in 10 years walk behind this stage as you are back here getting ready for your own appearance. The face of Raith, though much older than the last time you saw her when you were kids.
I just kind of like glance at her and then I do like a pause before looking back and hello, stranger. And I'll just make my way, but I'm doing the like, I'm beelining it towards Raith. And then at the last possible moment, I turn to Rona. Look at you, all sharp and dressed up, ready for the occasion. I didn't think you'd need to be back here for a reason. Are you working? Is that what you're doing today?
I think Lucia's seeing that sharp turn of how Raith was just hit with an audible, will have like a tilt to the side of the head and, Lord Lucia, it's good to see you. On duty, of course. Keeping this one safe for today. How are you?
And I am good, Sir Rona. I really am quite good. Just, shaking off the nervous jitters of what beholds my noble stature as of today. But you mentioned you were keeping someone. Who is this mysterious individual that, for some reason, reminds me of someone that, I don't know, has it been? It's been years. It's been so long. Have we met? There is a genuine sort of inquisitive approach to Rona, or to Lucia saying this. I apologize. I've met Sir Rona. He's been wandering about the city for quite some time. But you, however, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting. Lucia Quore. Is a pleasure to meet you. And I'll say that whatever way you want to take this, May, there is a approach in which, who knows, maybe when we were kids, there used to be like the formalities that the nobles sort of practice in. And I like to think that for some reason, maybe perhaps Lucia was very much beyond that. And maybe when we were kids, we would joke about those formalities. And instead of grabbing the hand as formal and regal as you would, he kind of like interlaces his fingers with yours in this very like awkward handhold. And he just tries to see if you remember that.
I'm afraid I don't know. Surely I would remember someone who wore such specific eyeliner.
I apologize. Perhaps I might be thinking of somebody else. Time has a weird way of making it seem as though yesterday was only a fleeting moment. But then you turn around and it's been years.
Right, maybe you're thinking of my sister.
Lucia stops, kind of recollects. Oh yes, there were the sisters. Well, I will not take too much time. I don't want to distract Sir Rona here. He is capable, and you watch as Lucia goes to like slap your shoulder, but stops right before making contact, and then just places a finger on you out of respect. He is quite a capable individual. I hold that whatever you both have in store for the Warding Festival should be fruitful and enjoyable, unlike the monotony that is my responsibilities. But I leave you to this. So Rona, Raith.
Rona, speaking of distractions, where Lucia was to put a hand, you now feel a much stronger one. Well, it's as if I'd seen a ghost. As Grand Duke Alder Ravengard comes around to greet you. I assumed you to be dead. Is this your home now?
Rona is fully distracted. If Raith is looking at this interaction, she will see Rona's eyes are wide. And he'll look at Duke Ravengard, not trembling, but just sort of like shocked still. You heard. Without thinking, kind of moves a hand to the scar that's over his left eye that goes vertically down. As if like he has like a phantom touch or phantom feeling from it. It's healed, but not the memories. And he just looks at older Ravengard. I did not expect you to be here.
I didn't either, and heard is a interesting word when it comes to your mother. You know she doesn't talk much. Though she did to get me here. Talked my ear off for months after Favius requested a meeting.
Why did my mother need you to be here?
She thought it was for the best, for both cities. Favius Krieg extended an invitation to us to join the rest of the festival today. It took months of convincing, but here I am. We are, supposedly, to put our differences behind us, the feud ends today, as long as I can have this meeting, but apparently Favius Krieg is nowhere to be found.
Rona looks like he's like trying to muster up the confidence to say something really important to him. And it's still being shocked that older Raven Guard even knew that he was dispatched effectively. Older Raven Guard, do you know why I'm here?
Can't say I do, and it's none of my business.
Fair, but what I think my family was planning.
He cocks a head at you, as if waiting for you to spill more.
And it may not be safe to say among this company. I am also on the job, but it's, what I thought I found out is what led to her exiling me.
Well, why don't you and I have a chat after the festival? Since apparently I won't be doing so with Favius.
Where could I find you?
Beats the hells out of me, Rona. Name a spot and I'll be there.
Top of the muffin. Strange, I know, but I think we'll be able to avoid prying eyes.
Enjoy the festivities. I will be on stage. Guest
You
of
as well.
honor, I guess.
I hope the city treats you well, Older Raven Guard. And he'll give like a very courteous, cordial bow, and then turn back to Raith.
After you had said what I think my family is planning, I think Raith kind of sidestepped. Not far, but she was already kind of averting her gaze hearing this man speak so casually about her father and to Rona. And also she asked Rona about his family once and got a very vague answer that gave no information at all. So she kind of steps away and is just like, I don't know, seeing who else is back here that she recognizes and stuff. Trying to look like she had done so very casually, like, oh, who's here? I'm gonna look over here.
Rona turns to Raith. It does very much look like he's like trying to reset himself to like get back in what he's hired to do. So he'll try to fix his posture. We'll have like a very, those like in-office smiles where it's like that little smize of just kind of like not really a smile, not really a grin, just kind of like
the courteous noble grin. I know it.
Exactly. He's like doing that to try to almost say like, yeah, everything's fine. Lady Raith. Apologies.
Oh, no, I didn't know you were so popular around the city.
I can't say I enjoy it, to be honest, but
maybe you should get on the stage. I'll stay back here.
No. I think it suits you much. I mean, I understand you're not keen on it, and neither is Lucia. I don't envy you. I'm sorry.
Honestly, I think Lucia likes it more than they let on.
In that moment, the two of you are rudely interrupted by Trini, who comes up. It's time! As she's slapping her wrist, she gathers up Lucia. Everybody up, smiling faces, it's time for the opening ceremony. Lucia! Favius isn't here. Would you mind doing a speech?
Oh, no. I look over to Rona. I'm like, well, maybe perhaps he might be able to. No.
If I ask Lady Raith, she will throw me off this stage. I need you, Lucia. I need you, please.
Okay. All right, Trini. All right. Okay. I'll do my best.
Okay. Everybody up. As she hobbles up the 3 stairs that lead.
Trini, where is my father?
I don't know. He was supposed to be here an hour ago to meet with me, and I haven't heard a single peep. So we will just start the festival and hope he comes.
Can we do that?
We must. It's time. Everyone's getting antsy. The parades are ready. The horses are getting whiny.
Okay.
All right, one moment. As she rushes up to the stage, And at the podium, she places a small little flower pot with a single dandelion hanging out of it. And you can tell she waves her hands around the dandelion, and there's this slight magical essence that protrudes from her hands and encompasses the dandelion as she begins to speak into it. Hello, is this thing on? As her voice is now amplified to the rest of the crowd. Sorry for the delay, everybody! The opening ceremony commences now. We have a special guest and a new tradition. We have Lucia giving the speech today, who will grant us Grand Duke Alder Ravengard, as she calls up the whole entire party, including Raith, Lucia, and Rona, to stand back as the speeches commence. And Grand Duke steps up to the podium. Greetings, citizens of Elturel. I'm not particularly a man of words, but it felt right that it was my purpose to speak to you all today, given that I have found myself in your walls. My name is Grand Duke Alder Ravengard of Baldur's Gate. I've traveled a long way to be here for a joyous day in hopes of ushering in an even brighter future. Not just for Elturel, but for my people of Baldur's Gate. For too long, we have been at each other's throats. I have been invited here by your High Overseer to put an end to this feud, so we both may prosper. So Baldur's Gate may be illuminated by the light of the Companion, and Elturel may feel the benefits of our illustrious trade city and the goods and services we have to offer. The Flaming Fist and the Hell Riders fighting side by side to keep each and every citizen, young and old, safe and free. Thank you for welcoming me inside your walls. May you rejoice in the light of the Companion. And Raith, it is in this moment that I need a perception check from you, please.
Dirty 20.
Oh, ooh. Raith, as Grand Duke Alder Ravengard is addressing the masses, there is a moment where your heart sinks in a moment of recognition. A face you haven't seen in over 10 years. It takes a moment, a double take, a triple take, because her hair is not the same, her eyes are not the same. But you know that face. You stare at it every single day in the mirror. The face of your twin, Reverie, standing amongst the crowd watching the opening ceremony speeches.
Is she looking at me?
Directly at you with almost paler, if I can be paler than I am already, and eyes kind of wide and very serious and very dark, with my flower crown tied into my horns.
I'll wiggle my fingers behind my back into a circular motion and cast elementalism. And I want to beckon a breeze that just blows. It's not like aggressive or anything, just a soft breeze that just blows right across her face, kind of ruffles her hair. And she would recognize this. This is one of the cantrips that Raith has known for a longer time. She's always kind of had an affinity for the elements. So would do this as like a joke to like mess up her hair when they're like trying to do something. That's not what she's doing now. But just like a hello.
Gasp, and still kind of with a serious, sad face, I'll, like a corner of my mouth will smile in recognition that you're saying hi to me.
It would be really obvious if I left the stage, right? I have to stay up here, huh?
You do what you please.
I'm leaving. I don't care. My dad's not even here.
Lady Wraith?
She just goes. She just kind of like, she's not like full sprint or anything, but she just kind of like ducks away. Like, you're welcome to follow. She's not going to stop you, but she's also not going to give you any information.
Yeah, Rona's definitely going to follow, surveying around the event of like, what is the trigger to this? Like, what's happening?
Lucia's like about to speak to Rona, and then Raith gets up, and then Rona gets up, and then Lucia's like, all right, well... He just starts pantomiming to himself when there's nobody there, and then he just kind of like then looks out as nobody is there.
Lucia, you see that Grand Duke Alder Ravengard takes a seat back next to you as Trini ushers you up.
I turn around to Elder Ravengard. I have heard quite a lot about you, sir, and it is an honor, truly.
I hope I warmed him up for you.
Absolutely.
Before we get to Lucia's speech, I want to jump to Raith.
I'm zooming.
As they race off of the stage, barreling through the crowds.
As I saw them go down, I would kind of make my way through the crowd in that direction as I saw her go down.
Yeah, we'll meet halfway around the side. Your hair.
Do you like it?
I love it.
Thanks. I think I needed a change.
I hope you got it.
How are you?
Like right now, or like the past 10 years, or...
I think there's a lot to catch up on. I'm sorry. The whole time just like looking down and like dodging eye contact while just like peeking up at her every so often.
I didn't think you were coming back. And I'll reach out to give her a hug.
And I kind of like tense up a little bit and like don't hug you back right away. And then, like, feeling your familiarity, I kind of melt into it. I honestly didn't know if I was coming back either.
I think hearing that admission, which is kind of what she's been afraid of all these years, Raith kind of feels tears sting at the corner of her eyes as she's hugging her. But she'll blink them back before she pulls back. This is stupid. You're here.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Well, you're not on stage, so you've picked the better path than I have.
I don't envy you.
Speaking of being on stage, the loud microphone interrupts the chat below as Lucia takes the podium.
Hello, everyone. I was not planning on being here so abruptly, but fate has a interesting way of doing things, right? Right. And you watch as he kind of like gathers the nerves, and then he kind of readies himself, and then just kind of finds that moment. Right. Citizens of Elturel. What a joyous day for a warding festival. May the companion's light shed everlasting protection on all of its citizens. He has a way of like being comfortable on stage, but there's still a somewhat rigidness as to what to do with his hands. He's doing too much, but perhaps not doing enough. Regardless of stature and wealth, may she shed that light upon you all. The light that will greet us in the afterlife, may it be the light from answers above or the light from the hells below, clutching on to questions yet unexplored. In these days, we seek to enlighten each other. Rather than separating our hearts, we must desire a sense of truth. The flesh that rests on our souls is the disguise which we wear in eternity. But the singularity remaining within, that is the light yearning for more. Do not shed your light for any, not thy neighbor, nor loved ones, hell, even the companion. Stand true to who you are, and in so you will find all the protection you need. You watch as Lucia kind of gives a scan and just kind of looks around, observing everyone, and there is a disconnect, but there is an earnest approach to his voice as he repeats, "You will find all the protection you need, for the heart is full of light, a light which all the terrors of this realm fear above all." And he ends it in this somber note before he kind of, "To the warding festival!"
The crowd joins in to the warding festival as applause rings out and the sisters are embracing below. Though the applause from everyone around Lucia is quickly interrupted by the sound of a thunderous, reverberating boom. It begins to shake the ground beneath your feet as the crowd goes still. Another boom. As this time you look up from the podium and see the companion slowly eclipsing itself. The ground beneath your feet begins to crack and shatter as plumes of smoke and geysers of flame erupt from within. These sinister black lightning strikes are sucked from the cracks in the earth up into the companion as they are then shot back out at the citizens below. With these sun-like sun flare anomalies occurring all around the companion, there is pure pandemonium that hits the streets, the crowds, the festivals. Citizens are screaming and rushing for their homes. Parade floats are moving to escape the fire as another sinks into the earth beneath, as if the fire itself came up and grabbed and pulled the float down into the earth below. Hellriders begin to mount up and scatter, trying to calm the people, but it's hard to do so as the lightning strikes begin to burst out from the companion, striking building after building, instantly engulfing them in flame. Lucia, your second shadow, the first being created by the natural sun, the second being created by the companion's light, grows a smoking set of eyes as it looks up from you, from the wood below, as Athtan cackles. Run. And for today, that is a wrap.
No!
Oh my
Shit.
God.
Oh,
No!
wow.
Please. I have so many questions to ask all these people, and now we have to fight something?
What?
Shit.
That is
That's
it
wild.
for our very first episode of RAZE, a descent into Avernus tale. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all at home for watching, for listening. Please feel free to pop on over, watch with us. We will all, at least most of us, some of us will be there for our watch parties over on twitch.tv/castpartydnd. If you want to support the show, support these wonderful creators, TTRPG players, DMs and the like, patreon.com/castparty for all your exclusive goodies, ad-free episodes, 5-day early access. We know you want more, and you can get the second episode now in just 3 days. Until then, we will see you all in 2 weeks, and I would love for our cast to join me in a farewell goodbye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
We're totally okay. Everything's gonna be
Please
fine.
please
Everything's
come
great.
back.
It's so good.
Come back for happy, fun reunion times.
It's gonna be so fun.